I've got at least 7 careers that can lead to a total student loan forgiveness. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you have student loans and they are coming to a restart here in October as of the recording of this video. So whether you are a student looking to get into college or university and don't know where to pursue and looking for a career that can lead to less debt or student loan forgiveness, we're going to discuss that in this video. Or if you're just looking for work right now, I've got some careers that can lead to student loans forgiveness, and we're getting started right now. Now, public teachers are eligible for student loan forgiveness under the PSLF program, and that includes instructors and professors in the public school systems, including tribal colleges and universities. As you may know, a lot of districts, schools are struggling to fill teaching roles, especially in math, science, engineering. A lot of teaching vacancies right now. Teachers are in high demand. Depending on your state or where exactly you live, the requirements for becoming a teacher might be flexible because the vacancies are high. So obtaining a license to be a teacher can be a little bit easier. And that's especially if you already have a college degree in the field in which you are interested in teaching. If you already have a college degree in math, science, or special services, for example, obtaining a teaching license will be easier for you. So if you were to become a teacher today, or if you are a teacher under the PSLF program, student loan forgiveness program, your loans will in fact be wiped off after 10 years of service becoming a teacher or 10 years of service as a teacher. So if you are paying consistently or if you're just a teacher, your loans can be forgiven under that program. Now, before we move on to number 2, is why is that I note 2 more eligibility requirements when discussing these careers. Why you need 10 years of service in that specific career, like a teacher, for example, in order to be eligible for student loan forgiveness. You don't have to do that all in one employer. So you don't have to teach at MacArthur's public school or elementary school for 10 years. You can move within different districts or different public serving teaching roles and be eligible after 3 years. You just have to do it after 10 years. You just have to do the 10 years, but you can do it wherever you want. And B, it's important to know that employees working for government contract roles are generally not eligible for student loan forgiveness in their careers. It hurts, and I know, because a lot of people that I personally know wish they could enjoy those benefits. But it's just what it is. It is what it is. Now, secondly, you can be a military service officer. Being in the military, United States Navy, Air Force, Marines comes with a lot of perks, a lot of amazing perks. In addition to be able to retire with a full pension after 20 years of service members can have their student loans completely paid or completely wiped off. And that's just after 10 years of full service. Furthermore, if you're in the National Guard or a reservist, when you get called up, or if you are called up, you can have those months of service being added to that 120 payments, 120 requirement months or years of service to be actually able to have your loans counted under the PSLF repayment program. So if you're in the National Guard or in the reservist, you can qualify under the PSLF program to have your loans completely wiped off if you are a service member. Number 3 is law enforcement officers. Now, since police officers are considered first responders, they are eligible under the Public Student Loan Forgiveness Program, the PSLF program. Now, any full-time involvement or any full-time employment in law enforcement counts. It doesn't matter if you are a state trooper, it doesn't matter if you are a local police, it doesn't matter if you are any of that, your time counts. And what's also amazing is that a lot of times former military members are attracted to becoming full-time police officers when they leave the military. So if you do 6 years as a active duty service member and 4 years as a police officer, those years merge to qualify as 10 full years under the PSLF program, and your loans will be forgiven. So close to service members is law enforcement officers, and that's number 3. And number 4, also close to service members and police officers, is firefighters. Firefighters do an amazing job, incredible job helping us when we are in a pinch, in accidents and different things like that. And like law enforcement, this is another career field that tends to attract a lot of ex-service members. And so savvy borrowers can combine years spent in the military with years spent as a service member in the fire department to qualify for those 10 years of public student loan forgiveness program to have the loans wiped out. So right there you have military members, police officers, and firefighters in the same category. And what's even more important, this is just a pro tip, going into the military, not advocating for it one way or another. It's a great way to have your education paid for or your student loans paid for. But make sure you have the right recruiters, ask all the right questions, cross all your T's, dot all your I's, because I'm close to those horror stories of getting through it and hearing the bad news at the end. So make sure you cross your T's, dot your I's, ask all the questions, and find the right recruiter when signing up for the military. And number 5, we have social workers. Now, unfortunately, social workers don't get paid the best, and you often need to get a master's degree, which adds on to the debt. And so luckily, while this isn't a high-paying job, if you work for a public child or family service agency, you are eligible for the public service loan forgiveness program if you are a social worker. Paying back debt for a social worker can be a huge burden, and a lot of times people would genuinely have a passion for helping others, genuinely have a passion for being a social worker, which is an incredibly important role, incredibly important career. People are derailed from going into those career fields because of the amount of debt that they're going to incur from the amount of education that they need with the least amount of salary. So this is great that it's able to qualify under the PSFL program. So if you're a social worker or aspiring to be one, if you work for a public child or family service agency, then you can qualify to have your loans wiped out after 10 years. If you are a nurse employed in the public health sector, you are eligible for your student loans to be wiped out after 10 years. Again, you don't have to work for the same hospital. You can work for different hospitals as long as they're public facing. If you're a postal worker, you can work in different counties in different mailboxes as long as you're a postal worker. If you're a librarian, if you're an American corporation volunteer, you can be eligible if you are public facing to have your loans forgiven after 10 years. Now, with all that in mind, in terms of eligibility, this is important. Determine your eligibility. Do your research with these careers that you are getting into, or if you're actually working in a career right now and wondering if you qualify. See if you qualify for income-based payments and enroll in that. See if you qualify for even the new Biden Save program to be able to qualify for that and enroll in that. That way your monthly payments are lower so that you are not breaking the bank to make payments, and after 120 payments, your loans can be wiped out. Make sure you submit the employment verification forms. These things are not just going to happen automatically because you are a nurse or because you are a teacher or because you are a police officer. You have to submit the required forms and make the appropriate channels aware that you have these qualifications and need these loans forgiven after a set amount of time. Of course, make the required payments and make them on time consistently. 120 equals to 10 years. And constantly double check. Constantly reach out to your loan service provider. Constantly reach out to double check. Make sure that you're receiving what is text messages, emails, and all the notifications that you need to be able to stay on top of everything. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how much your loans are, what your plans are for repaying them. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what career field you're looking to get into. If you're someone that was going into college right now, or if you're looking to make a switch to a different career, leave a comment down below if you just enjoyed the video. My name is Flex. I appreciate you watching to this point. I will see you in the next video. Peace.